Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we will be taking a look at the latest Army Builder 4-packs from the Vintage Collection. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, be sure to drop a like down below, remember to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell to stay notified. Upcoming videos will feature similar unboxings, reviews, diorama builds, and more from the Vintage Collection, so stay tuned. When it comes to Star Wars, who doesn't love a good battle? And as you can see here, I've got a scuffle between the Galactic Empire and the Rebel Alliance, similar to what is seen in the beginning of A New Hope. And thanks to Hasbro's new army building initiative, we're able to build our ranks with ease and create awesome scenes like this. I think these sets are absolutely awesome, and I think they should just always be available. You know, if you're a new collector, you're always going to want some Stormtroopers or Rebels, and as time goes on, each one of us would also like to, add some more troops to our displays and collections. If you haven't picked up these sets yet, the Rebel Fleet Trooper is still available on Hasbro Pulse. The Stormtrooper pack is no longer available, but what's more exciting is that in the recent days, Hasbro has announced the future release of the VC-140 Stormtrooper with the updated rocker ankles and now a holster as seen in A New Hope. This will be a Walmart exclusive, and it will be on an original trilogy Star Wars card, and I am absolutely certain it will make its way to a 4-pack, and that is just going to be extremely, extremely exciting. This VC-140 Stormtrooper has been an absolute breath of fresh air when it comes to collecting and building out our Imperial displays. And as you can see, they pose really well, but they do have some balance issues sometimes, and rocker ankles just will solve that issue, and they are going to be absolutely awesome. Also really exciting to finally have a holster. I am always here for holsters with figures, whether it's like a random alien or a trooper. It's always nice to, have that option where he doesn't want to hold a blaster, put it in the holster. You don't have to worry about storing them in little containers or losing them. So absolutely an awesome addition. I really wish they would have added that to the Rebel Fleet Trooper, but it's okay. Still very excited. So let's take a look at the packaging. These Army Builder sets come in a pack of 4, and I really love this illustration line work of just Stormtroopers on there. You can see the main addition that we get is the commanding officer. Great to have him with his pauldron. I've always wanted one of those in the Vintage Collection style, and yeah, this artwork really cool. It's nice, just like simple white box, one little pop of color. Very here for it. The sides just mostly have information on them, and the Vintage Collection logo. The front and the back are pretty much the same, except on the back you have a simple 4-figure illustration there, just as you would get in the box. And as you can see here, they also come with their standard Stormtrooper rifle and this DLT rifle, which I'm very happy to be getting those. It's just an awesome looking rifle, and it's nice to have extra accessories. I'm always here for that. I am curious and excited to see if they'll use the same artwork for the upcoming possible A New Hope Stormtrooper holster addition to this, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And here you have the Rebel Fleet Trooper pack. Similar to the Stormtrooper one, you have a nice illustration of all the rebels together, displayed with their rifles and blasters, looking real awesome. The one thing I noticed is that so far there's no color, like pop of color in this illustration at all. The Stormtrooper one had the orange pauldron, and the current up for pre-order Shore Trooper actually has hints of blue as well on a couple of the troops. So far none of the Rebel packs have any pop of color. I'll be interested to see if that changes with the next one. And similar to the Stormtrooper one, you got a Vintage Collection logo on one side and a bunch of just information on all the other sides. And on the back we have just an image of the 4 troopers that you get in this pack. So here we have our lovely Vintage Collection packaging. There is a piece of tape that seals this that I've already cut. And let's take a look inside. As you can see, there's no plastic involved with this packaging, which is nice. Paper. 2 blaster rifles. and each figure is individually wrapped in this tissue paper with their accessories inside. It's got his little bootstrap bandolier, blaster pistol, helmet, and the figure. Just like the previous figure, same thing. So that's the packaging. And here are the weapons and accessories that you get in the Rebel Fleet Trooper pack. You get 4 of these blaster pistols, 2 blaster rifles, and you actually get a set of 3 of these bandoliers. Everybody except the officer gets one of those. These don't have the little tiny silver detail that you can see on the standard carded release, but nothing to be too bummed about. It's nice that, you know, at least they included that on the blaster pistol. I think that would have looked really bad if it was just all black. And similar to the Rebel Fleet Trooper pack, you get 4 of these blasters for your Stormtrooper and 2 of these DLT rifles. I'm a big fan of this rifle, and I'm glad that we get extras with these Army Builder packs. Always a cool one to have. You can give them to your Stormtroopers or any random alien mercenaries you may have in your displays. There's no weathering on this one, like seen in the Gaming Greats Heavy Battle Droid, but that's okay. Still looks cool. And here's a closer look at the Stormtrooper and Stormtrooper Commander. They're the standard, you know, VC-140s, so I'm sure you're very familiar with this figure and all of its articulation. And here's a look at our officer. Looks really cool with that pauldron. Very happy to finally have that accessory. As you can see, it's the orange coloring. It'd be nice to maybe get the black or white ones, but you can also easily paint that yourself if you do want to go that route. Very happy to have this guy commanding my squads of Stormtroopers. Got him with his DLT rifle, and yeah, excited to have some of these. As you notice, I have quite a few of these orange pauldrons, so like I said, I'm considering painting at least one of them, just, you know, make it a little different and add some variety to my displays. And here we have our Rebel Fleet Troopers. And the biggest upgrade that comes with this is the inclusion of new head sculpts. Really a game changer when you're building your Rebel armies that have, you know, human characters with no helmets. Prior to this, we would just have a multitude of the same looking guy, and now we have some awesome variety. And these sculpts look amazing. Really well done. Very cool that we have Doug Chang. If you're unfamiliar, he is a freelance designer and does a lot of the storyboard art for Lucasfilm. So really cool that we have him as a vintage collection figure. But yeah, this is just a really awesome game changer when it comes to these Army Builder packs. I'm excited to see what may come with, say, like Clone Trooper packs. We're just gonna start seeing a lot more variety with our displays in army building. And the other 2 also come with different head sculpts. It's nice that they've upgraded this Rebel Fleet Trooper to look like the lieutenant that you see in the opening scene of A New Hope. The previous one did not look like this guy at all, even though I think it was sort of intended to be that guy. So it's nice that they've redone that, and he looks spot on. So fantastic, awesome to get that guy. Very important to recreating that opening scene, especially on your Tantive displays. And then we have this Captain Antilles, who looks pretty awesome as well. I'm happy that we have this Rebel officer now. That's pretty cool. I know some people were disappointed because the pants are not exactly screen accurate when it comes to Captain Antilles, but it's a simple repaint, so I can look past it. It doesn't bother me that much. So these sets are really awesome, and I just love having more troops to my collection, and I want to see more of these types of sets coming in the future. But there are some sets that I really do not want to see. And for starters, the Battle Droid. I really do not want Hasbro to even bother releasing this as a Army Builder set, because as you can see, these guys just aren't very fun to display. That joint and this bendy plastic, it's just not something I'm a fan of. I know that the recent Clone Wars Micro Series edition of this figure is apparently a little sturdier, but I think we need an all-new battle droid. This figure is just really subpar. It's too bendy. The arms can't do like a proper two-hand grip. And something that's been bothering me a lot recently as I set up my displays is just this figure can barely hold the blaster. It's very gummy. Just, I don't know. The engineering for this hand needs to be better. He can barely hold the rifle. It falls out quite often. And the legs, in the movies you see them do a little bit more dynamic, like wider stance poses. So, I don't know. Something needs to be redone with this guy. As you can see, his backpack just fell off. But I think there's things that they could leverage from this. Like the head is great. This torso is fine. I just think the limbs really need to be redone. And this is something that I just don't want to see as an army builder set. I absolutely want to army build battle droids, but not if it's going to be these guys. I can absolutely see the Clone Trooper becoming an army builder pack in the near future. These are always in high demand by collectors. It's a pretty good sculpt. I do think something that could help this figure would be rocker ankles. They have a little bit of a gravity issue sometimes. You can do some great poses with them. And considering that their ball hips are like not the most up to date, they're still very posable. My biggest gripe with them is just ankles, could use a rocker, and I don't know, I just never have been the biggest fan of this sculpted grip. I find it sometimes very difficult to put different blasters in their hands or just different items. Like the Purge Troopers use this mold, and sometimes I find it very difficult for them to grasp their staff, which just, it was designed for this rifle. So I don't know, something possibly could be redone. But I would also be into this as an army builder set with the different head sculpts. I think that'd be something nice to see. And we always need more clone troopers. And if we could get a better definitive battle droid, I think this and that other set could sell very well. I think it's safe to say many of us could use some more of these tank troopers. They are quite expensive on the secondary market. I know many people don't even have the commander, and this could be a great army builder release, you know? Could use a couple of the drivers and possibly another tank commander, maybe a variation of that. And I think that would be pretty cool. They've obviously been using this sculpt because this is, for the most part, the Shore Trooper sculpt. So it's a very possible one. And I think Hasbro is aware that many people still need this figure. So that could be a great way to get these guys out there. Maybe do a small run of tanks again. Or maybe if we see some type of vehicle that you could use these figures for. My next idea for an army builder set would be this incredible Imperial army builder set. So first of all, we need a new officer sculpt in the vintage collection. It's been far too long since we've had an officer. And the reason I have him with the Death Troopers is because while we've had some Death Troopers and multiple releases of them, we have not had them with their standard DLT rifle that you see in Rogue One. This one I have displayed with one of my Sand Trooper rifles just because he needs that specialty weapon. They just look really intimidating when they have their rifles. They all come with the standard rifle and that you see most of the No Pauldron troopers use, but I would love to see the Death Trooper, two of them with their DLT rifles, escorting a pair of Imperial officers. I think that would be a really cool army builder set, and I'm sure that many people would like to add that to their Imperial displays. You could have an Imperial officer with just some random head sculpts, something cool. We could have a more official mainline release of Captain Nita or General Veers, Piet, lots of different Imperial officers. I think it's a good time to be getting that kind of figure out in the vintage collection. And this could be a really cool set. And lastly, I would love to see two separate sets of the Rebel Endor Trooper and these Rebel Technicians. These are very hard to get on the secondary market. They're very expensive. They came with the little vehicle. I mean, I would not be opposed to seeing that little vehicle come back into the vintage collection. I know many people need those for their Yavin and just Rebel hangar bay displays. So that would be a cool release, and then you could do an army builder pack of just these dudes. Different head sculpts, just refueling all your X-Wings and Rebel fleet vehicles. And then, of course, everybody wants some more of these guys. Another troop that's very hard to acquire on the secondary market. Probably one of the best vintage collection 1.0 figures in my opinion. These soft goods are really cool. He's just got a lot of accessories, and it's a good figure. I mean, considering sometimes that like putting helmets on figures is a bit difficult, they sculpted this and got the proportions very well. I'm curious if, he had hair. Would that be a big problem? I don't think so. It's not like super snug. But this is also a guy that I know many people have said really sticks out when you have a lot of these in your collection, because they're all just bearded and bald. It would be nice to have some variety when it comes to our Endor troops. I think that would be an awesome addition. I still want to see like the different jumpsuit Rebel Endor Commando as, a mainline release, and then that could be an army builder pack too, but that'd be a good way to get this guy back out there. Something a little refreshing. I think the possibilities when it comes to this army building expression just seem limitless. There are so many different characters in the Star Wars universe that you see just multiples of, and I would gladly accept any of these packs and continue to build my collection. I'm definitely excited to see what the next army builder pack will be and where Hasbro goes with this expression moving forward. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think the next army builder pack will be? And what figures would you like to see make their way into this expression? I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at this awesome addition to the vintage collection. Don't forget to drop a like down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.